Hello, my friends. Among the buzzworthy releases of 2021, Ridley Scott's House of Gucci stood out as a notable film, drawing inspiration from Sarah Gay Harden's book of the same title. This cinematic masterpiece delves into a gripping narrative of murder, madness, glamour, and the insatiable pursuit of wealth. Prior to its premiere, the Gucci family heirs voiced strong criticism, citing a lack of consultation and an inaccurate portrayal of their legacy, which they felt misrepresented their heritage and values. However, amidst the controversy, audiences were captivated by stellar performances from the likes of Lady Gaga, Al Pacino, and Adam Driver. Beyond the silver screen drama, let's explore the essence of Gucci itself, a symbol not merely of Italian elegance and opulence, but embodying a deeper cultural significance. Gucci transcends mere fashion, originating from humble beginnings as a trade venture involving 9 Florentine merchants and a clergyman. While initially specializing in saddlery adorned with the iconic green and red stripes, the brand later diversified into selling straw hats. Yet success wasn't always guaranteed. Our narrative's protagonist emerges from this ordinary Italian lineage. Although details of his upbringing remain scarce, one thing remains evident. He inherited a passion for commerce and craftsmanship from his forebears. At the tender age of 23, he boldly ventured into entrepreneurship, establishing his own workshop for crafting equestrian gear under his father's mentorship and family endorsement. Interestingly, the workshop bore a resounding name, akin to Ridley Scott's cinematic portrayal. Thus, the unassuming Gucci workshop, amidst several others dotting Florence's landscape, made a brief but impactful mark. Perhaps internal familial conflicts contributed to its short-lived legacy, as paternal guidance clashed with youthful independence, illustrating the intricate dynamics shaping Gucci's storied history. The young man, due to his age and character, simply couldn't handle the expectations and pressure placed on him, and ultimately, after this unsuccessful attempt, he left Florence and set out to conquer new horizons. The country he chose was none other than the United Kingdom, more precisely London. It was there that our hero ventured with the last of his savings. London had always been a city of opportunities, where even the most ordinary people could quickly rise to financial prominence and alter the fates of thousands. Upon arrival, our protagonist didn't have to idle away his time for long. He swiftly found employment in London. However, he couldn't have imagined that he would remain in one place for a whole decade. Gucci found himself employed as a bellhop in a newly opened, luxurious hotel. There he carried luggage for the affluent guests, doing less than clean work. Despite the drawbacks, Gucci was incredibly pleased with the job. He marveled daily at the quality and, most importantly, the value of the guests' luggage. From the very first days, thoughts of Florence being the leather capital of Italy filled his mind. He began to contemplate starting his own business, but knew that it would require capital. It took him another 10 years to accumulate the necessary funds. Finally, he bid farewell to his degrading job. Interestingly, he was not laid off voluntarily. Unfortunately, the reason for his dismissal remained elusive. Yet, one could argue that it was a blessing in disguise. It's hard to imagine what would have happened if Gucci had continued working at the hotel. We might never have heard his name, nor would the brand of Gucci have gained such renown. With the financial resources earned in London, Gucci had enough to establish his own workshop for leather goods production. Although the initial progress was slow, step by step, his business grew. Most importantly, it brought him joy. At this juncture, Gucci met his future wife, Ada Cavalli. According to many biographers, Ada wasn't just a wife, she was Gucci's guiding light, steering him on the right path. She bore him 5 heirs, further cementing their bond. The Gucci family also raised an adopted son named Ugo, adding to their familial bonds. His wife always supported him in all his endeavors and took full responsibility for household affairs, leaving Gucci free to pursue his rural chores from morning till late at night. He dedicated all his spare time to work, and together they painstakingly built their grand future bit by bit. Initially, the workshop specialized exclusively in crafting specialized clothing for equestrians and equipment for equestrian sports. Gucci also harbored a special passion for luggage, likely cultivated during his time as a bellhop. Each handmade item was of the highest quality, bearing the brand's emblem, a miniature depiction of a bellhop in livery and cap, holding luggage and a suitcase. For Gucci, this emblem was a tribute to his service. As time passed, rumors of the master craftsman's prowess spread throughout Florence and beyond. It was time to elevate to a new level, and the family opened a small shop. The first family store was located on Via della Vigna Nuova, with a sign reading Gucci NK, executed in an Art Deco style. Over time, the shop's products became increasingly popular among affluent clientele, expanding the customer base beyond Italy. A small shop near the famous Ponte Vecchio soon became a bustling emporium, filled from floor to ceiling with an array of bags, briefcases, and various leather goods. Gucci had developed his own elegant design, a fusion of English tailoring and style with elements borrowed from the Savoy. At the forefront was the exceptional quality of the products. Once, to demonstrate their durability, he had to jump on his own suitcases for an esteemed gentleman. Afterward, no one doubted the quality of his work. Gucci firmly believed that family and dedication to business came first. He asserted that family loyalty and devotion to the brand were paramount. In the family's business, his sons also participated, although sadly the eldest Enzo passed away at the age of 9, leaving behind the memory of a devoted father. Gucci, in the best sense of the word, pitted his sons against each other, instilling in them a sense of competition. Healthy competition, he believed, not only maintained impeccable manners, but also cultivated behavior befitting gentlemen. Among the workforce of this high-class, ambitious company, Aldo emerged as the most agile and business-minded. It is believed that he was the mastermind behind the iconic logo of the future fashion house, consisting of intertwined letters G. Year after year, the brand continued to thrive, introducing new practical and innovative designs into the world of fashion and style. By the beginning of the 20th century, around 30 people toiled in the small workshop, and several shops had been opened. By the end of the 1930s, the small family shop had gradually grown into a factory, allowing the family to expand their production to include not only bags and luggage, but also gloves and handbags. In 1938, the first Gucci boutique was opened in Rome. However, every rose has its thorn, and it was during this time that war intruded into the lives of ordinary people. With less opportunity for travel, practicality became paramount. The understanding dawned that one could not travel far with just suitcases alone. The authorities conscripted all manufacturers for their personal needs to survive in these difficult times. The company survived only thanks to a contract with the army, for whom the family produced boots in their factories, as all the leather went exclusively for the benefit of the army. Making ladies' handbags became nearly impossible, so Gucci quickly found a solution to this dilemma. He began making accessories from canvas. This marked the inception of the world-renowned Gucci signature print. Eventually, pigskin leather became the leading material for bags. Let's return to one of the most famous bag models, the bamboo handle bag. Until 1947, Gucci was a recognizable brand in Italy, but it lacked a mass-market collection. This changed with the introduction of the bamboo bag in 1947, featuring leather handles in the shape of bamboo. Literally within days, it became a bestseller, solidifying the brand's position in the country and beyond. The family business grew rapidly, with Gucci's sons actively expanding not only the product range, but also opening new boutiques. For example, in 1951, Rodolfo opened a Gucci boutique in Milan, while Aldo, against his father's wishes, took a bold step by opening a boutique outside of Italy, in New York City, specifically at the Savoy Plaza Hotel at the intersection of 59th Street and 5th Avenue. Unfortunately, Gucci never visited this place. He passed away just 15 days after its grand opening. After Gucci's death in 1953, the business shares were passed on to his sons, Vasco, Rodolfo, and Aldo. As the eldest brother, Aldo took on the main role in managing the company and led it to prosperity. He was responsible for developing the brand in America and continued to oversee the boutiques. Meanwhile, Aldo's son, Paolo, dealt with creative concepts, supervised the direction of Gucci parfums, and later was in charge of the first clothing lines at the Milan branch of Gucci. Rodolfo managed the Milan branch of Gucci alongside his son, Maurizio. It was after Gucci's death that Aldo, in memory of his father, created the famous logo, two interlocking Gs, which became one of the most coveted and recognizable symbols worldwide. But this was just the beginning of the empire's success. The 1960s were a time of discoveries and recognitions for the brand. Cinematography played a significant role in this process, with Gucci bags and shoes appearing more frequently on screens. Stars off-screen also demonstrated their allegiance to the brand. For instance, in the movie Roman Holiday, Audrey Hepburn wore a silk scarf and signature loafers by Gucci. Later on, these loafers were spotted on the feet of John Wayne, Frank Sinatra, Jack Nicholson, and other Hollywood stars. The bamboo bag became even more popular after the release of the movie Journey to Italy. In the late 1950s, the Horsebit bag, renamed the Jackie in 1961 in honor of the First Lady of the United States, Jacqueline Kennedy, who became a fan of this mini purse. Of course, behind the brand's recognizability was the entire team at Gucci, whose primary concern was the quality of the products. Each bag could be worn for several years without losing its allure, making Gucci a symbol of success and luxury, akin to Ferrari or Lamborghini in the world of clothing. Looking at the global stars flaunting Gucci and ordinary people trying to emulate them, Gucci became synonymous with success, glamour, and unparalleled luxury. In just 10 years under his leadership, the brand Gucci instantaneously became one of the most recognizable brands associated exclusively with success, glamour, and unprecedented luxury. He never stopped for a moment. Under his guidance, new stores were opened, such as the boutique in Los Angeles on Rodeo Drive, which immediately determined the fate of the street. Subsequently, other luxury boutiques, including Saint Laurent, Chanel, and Ralph Lauren, were opened there. But Aldo didn't plan to stop at just America, following in the footsteps of his famous father's legacy. He traveled to Tokyo, Hong Kong, and other Asian countries where Gucci boutiques were opened. However, luxury culture in Asia was not perceived in the same way as in America. As is often the case, the more popular the brand, the more counterfeit products flooded the market. Once, Aldo learned that a Japanese tourist bought 60 fake Gucci bags in one store. It was easy to understand why this was done. After this incident, the company introduced a rule: one item per customer. Consequently, a department was established to identify fraudsters in every country where Gucci branches appeared. However, internal disagreements and disputes within the Gucci family, directly affecting the business, proved to be even more dangerous than counterfeits. In 1973, Aldo Gucci tragically passed away. Shortly after, his son Paolo also died. The business then passed into the hands of two brothers. Of course, Aldo was still the face of the company during the process of dividing the business, but quietly, he took the American branch out, turning it into a separate entity. This action not only ignited a huge conflict, but also significantly fueled it. From that moment on, the Gucci family members were each on their own. Previously strong in their unity, the company's management and development vector completely changed. Soon, Aldo's son, Paolo, stabbed his father in the back by trying to launch his own Gucci brand, contrary to his father's wishes. Aldo tried to dissuade him, knowing that Gucci was renowned for its exclusivity, not mass-market products cluttering store shelves. However, Paolo didn't listen, and Aldo was forced to essentially sideline him and even eject him from the company. What happened next was unexpected. The grandson of the famous founder, along with his cousin Maurizio Gucci, merged their shares in 1983, uniting the Gucci house. In 1984, after his father's death, Rodolfo, along with his cousins, simply ousted Aldo from the company's management. However, they had no idea what they were signing up for in the coming years. Instead of just spending time in court, they essentially handed themselves a sentence. During these legal battles, some very interesting facts came to light. Eventually, Rodolfo had to go into hiding in Switzerland to avoid accusations of document forgery. Aldo himself was imprisoned for tax evasion. The Gucci family's internal conflicts and legal battles, compounded by the greed of the heirs, ultimately led the business and the Gucci name to decline. At that time, the whole world was talking about how this powerful dynasty could come to such a tragic end.